Welcome everybody, back again, Mr. Q, Too Raw. But hey, we're gonna jump in quick today, okay? We're gonna talk about the women's division and the latest developments that's been going on. It's been a lot of riff since what Mick Foley just did in the back, the statements that he made, talking about pretty much they need their own program or whatsoever. They say ratings was kind of down off the Evolution pay-per-view, even though we know that was all wrapped around Ronda Rousey anyway. The direction it's headed is already fine. Like, they really cool with that. The women's division is the least of their problems. Really, the women's division is kind of growing similar to like the UFC women division. Sometimes the women could be more entertaining than the guys, man. Just think about it. How many programs do the men have right now that we really interested in besides the Roman Reigns? You know what I'm saying? So come on. All the women need is some pretty much good booking. You already got a lot of the girls on the roster. NXT girls is so thick down there as far as the roster quality, the depth that you already have. I mean, you got girls that can grow and go up to the main rosters for the next 3-4 years if you play your cards right. But see, WWE makes so many changes on a weekly basis. It's not like old school where you start one regiment and man, we can book it out to maybe a year. You feel me? And I get this era right here a maybe, but it could be a year if you just take your time and stretch everything out. And like I say, even if Talani is gone, even if one of the girls get hurt, like Tegan Knox and all of them, even if they do get out, it's so many you could just take them out and plug one in. That's how stars get opportunities. You know what I'm saying? Similar to like when the Honky Tonk Man became Intercontinental Champion. You know what I mean? Butch Reed out, plug in Honky Tonk Man. You know what I mean? So y'all gotta start plugging, instead of just taking everything, balling everything up, rewriting it all over again. Like, that's crazy. That's the difference between, once again, my other video I had. You got difference between bookers and writers. These writers is really not good for the business. And I hope after the Vince McMahon regime that Triple H and Stephanie understand that this is not Hollywood. You know what I mean? You're not making actual movies. So when you putting wrestling concept in with movie concepts, that's not gonna really fit. You know what I mean? You gotta understand that era between 1986 to 1990. You know, we're going to stop within like No Holds Barred area with Hulk Hogan and Zeus. It was over with. There is no mixing wrestling with Hollywood. Man, them days is over with. The movies then came and gone and everything. You can't reenact something that's already been seen generations ago. Even though what's old do becomes new again. But in this era, man, it just can't go. We in a realistic type of state. You know, you have competition like UFC you got to go against out here. So you can't really play with people's minds and illusions that hard. You have to give them some true grittiness right in the face if you do, you know. Hey, damn, they're going to have to be a Houdini act. But anyway, we finna stick to this. The women's division. Y'all see who I'm representing already. Rhea Ripley. That's already been my girl, watching her whole development grow from NXT all the way until now. Y'all go check some of my videos on YouTube. It's in the playlist, NXT Live videos. But yeah, her and Bianca. That's why they both got the belts. I even said on Twitter a couple years, I said Charlotte Flair's like the pinnacle, right? Then you will have girls that come under her: Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Io Shirai. I think right now you even have Shotzi Blackheart. She's another one, up and coming. Yeah. See, these girls are going to take the next generation into the next dimension, if you ask me. Because these girls right now, talent roster has more depth than the upcoming men have on their roster. Think about it. Who the men really going to have to go to Raw and SmackDown? That's why NXT becoming its own brand. Not just a developmental league, even though it is a developmental there, it's kind of like the power plant at WCW, which is still WCW, but it has the power plant. That's how NXT is becoming right now. So, hey, the growth for WWE, like I said, has a long future. They just got to play their cards right. It's never what you do, it's how you do it. You know, sometimes you got to change up pieces on the board. And a lot of them people in the back, hey, man, they may have to get swapped out. Bruce Pritchard, he still got good ideas. That's why Vince McMahon leave him to pretty much shot call things and oversee when Vince is not there. This is why we don't have general managers on Raw and SmackDown anymore, due to the fact of Bruce really okays both shows when Vince McMahon is physically not there. He's like the second in command of Vince, if you really want to be honest with it. Kevin Dunn's there too. Kevin Dunn is right in there. If he's not second or third, but yeah, plug him in there as well. But yeah, man, the women division, nothing is really wrong with that, man. Everybody kind of making a hype out of that whole situation, but I mean, I just don't see the downfall of the women division anywhere on the scene. I just see years of growth in that. I worry about more the men's division, if anything, because the storyline sucked. The whole situation, they got Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in, and I mean, things just not looking good outside of the Roman Reigns. I mean, y'all busted up the Hurt Business. I mean, it just speaks for itself. But everybody was up in roar over the women getting their own brand. Man, maybe they need their own brand. Maybe they'll get their brand weekly due to the demographics that they have, kids, men, and other women probably watching it, and other walks of life watching it. You know what I mean? So the women may get a higher rating than SmackDown, the 2-hour event. I mean, you know what I mean? So you got to really look at it. The women brand, hey, it may be a bust, man. Times is changing. It's 2021. You know, it's not 1991 anymore. So I was watching Wrestling in the Territory days. Like I say, women weren't really getting opportunities and shines at all, man. If you spoke about women wrestling, it kind of got laughed at, you know. Let me think and see. We talking Alundra Blaze fighting Bertha Faye. You know, Alundra Blaze and Bull Nakano. You know, Sherry and Rockin' Robin going head to head with each other. I remember. I'm just going to you matches I remember off top of me just kind of looking at far as the women division, you know. Of course, I remember in 85, Wendy, Richter, and Moolah under the Spider-Man. Yeah. Wendy and AWA. See, the women wrestling then was kind of an oddity kind of match, you know. Like the midgets. Excuse me. Small people, you know. So, yeah, it wasn't a mainstay. Now we talking about is main eventing, and even got a main event night at WrestleMania. Yeah, for the industry that is pretty huge. But next step in this women division, I think Tamina and Natalya, they need to go ahead and win these women tag team championships. Like, I don't know why they keep playing around with them. They need to go ahead, give them a little bit of run, even if it's from one pay-per-view to another pay-per-view. At least they can go down in the history books and say, hey, we held them straps before. Might as well, because they almost out the back door anyway. You know, both their careers coming to an end, so before they leave, this should be a good little present for them, at least for that little small amount of time. I mean, hell, they even did this with Zack Ryder. I use him for example. I ain't gonna even use the short, small title runs. I use Zack Ryder, probably knowing Zack, man, you out of here. You know, we about to get rid of you. We gonna cut you. But before we do that, we're gonna give you your lifetime dream of everything that you probably wanted to do. That one special moment in your life, winning the Intercontinental Championship, WrestleMania, and that's what they did. They really gave it to the man. You know, so then after that, he's no more. You know, but at least he got he can hang that on his mantelpiece. You know, his Intercontinental title replica, and say he actually lived his dream of what he wanted to do. So let me see. Far as Asuka, let's get to Asuka. I don't really think they know what to do with Asuka. It's like, who is she gonna feud with? She can't really feud with Rhea Ripley. You gotta have Rhea and Charlotte now going at it. Since Rhea has took it, yeah, she about to go through some hurdles. I think her and Charlotte gonna go on a little spree. Asuka, she may have to go back heel, but we're gonna see how the development go. Asuka turning back heel though, I think would fit very well. See, if WWE really want to get things shook up. They should use the girls that's not really utilized so much on television, like Dana Brooke, you know, Mandy Rose, um, Billy Kay, right? These girls should be swapping out with this NXT. Daniel Bryan off of SmackDown right now. The best move they need to do is let him go to NXT. Put over other talent. They need to utilize the guys that's sitting in catering so much on Raw and SmackDown. Put some of them on NXT. It's kind of mixing up the pot a little bit. And you giving them new flavor. You're not giving repetitious matches each week. And then just like maybe for like twice out of a month, you bring a NXT star up. Maybe for that little 1 month run, like you did Ciampa and Gargano on SmackDown. Remember? They never really officially left NXT, but they did come and work and had a few matches on SmackDown. But then they went back to NXT. That's how it goes. This is how territories used to swap talent back in the day, though. It's really no difference. So I just think they need to go back to that old system because people in the eye wants to see new things. Like, you feel me? Let's go back to strategy, people. And a lot of these writers, they don't understand psychology of the business and what it takes for people. They have these stories in their head, which I understand, but I don't think that they look at how their stories relate to the public. See? So that's a little small miscommunication, what I think the writers have with the people. So, SmackDown champion Bianca Belair, what more can I say about her? You know, she gonna reign on Supreme atop for a very, very long time. One day, her and Naomi probably win the tag team women championships too, for her to put that up under her belt. You know, give it about 3 years. I see Bianca winning the Raw Women's Championship as well. You know, she will go down as like a Triple Crown champion, most definitely. So, yeah, man, high hopes for everybody, man. But if WWE just follow these booking processes right, and you got to give new flavor, man. You got to like flip up, change up some of that seasoning a little bit, and everything in WWE will be all good. Especially the women's division, so deep. Come on, y'all still got Raquel, Dakota. I mean, come on, Killer NXT, Ember Shotzi, all them down there. Candice Ray, you got Indy Hartwell, her. I mean, y'all got Zoe Starks. I mean, y'all got deep, growing talent, too. The other new lady with the puppy, you know, with the dog in her hand. Can't really call her name off top, but she the newest addition to NXT right now. Like I said, they constantly growing. They got other people in developmental. We're waiting to appear at the end of the year. You know what I'm saying? This is how they working down there. So I don't know if the main WWE backstage people is kind of envious of how NXT doing. That's why when some of the stars from NXT come up, you don't really see them progress too far. So we're gonna see how this work. But we're gonna see how this women's division everything play out. But I don't think everybody should get too much hyped up about what everybody talking about they don't need their own brand or whatsoever. Hey, if they had their own brand, let's just better believe they'll probably get more higher ratings than SmackDown do on Friday nights. That's what I say. So, see you at the next video, man. I got another topic coming up for y'all. I ain't gonna tell y'all what it is, but you gotta tune in to me. Once again, Mr. Q2 Raw. I'm out.